und herzlich willkommen hier an unserem Stand, ja, in der Halle 13 bei der Nautic Alliance. Wir sind auf der Boot in Düsseldorf. Wir haben das Jahr 2024 für all diejenigen, die sich dieses Video vielleicht weiß Gott wann anschauen. Aber für all diejenigen, die jetzt hier an unserem Stand sind, bitte lasst euch ein Cappuccino schmecken, ein Weißwein, Rotwein, ein leckeres Bier, was auch immer. Mit der Nautic Alliance sind wir erstmalig so am Start, sage ich jetzt mal, weil das sind einige Firmen, die zur Nautic Alliance gehören. Wir als Charter by Yachting, wir sind eine Agentur. Wir haben aber auch Pitter Yacht Charter als Vercharterer, Sun Charter. Wir haben Yachthändler wie Yachten Melte dabei. Das heißt, alles renommierte Unternehmen aus der nautischen Branche, die sich zusammengetan haben oder besser gesagt, einfach als Familie hier fungieren, um euch da draußen wirklich alles anbieten zu können. Von der ersten Seemeile bis hin zur ersten Yacht und von mir aus auch zur ersten eigenen Flotte. Einfach, um auch Vertrauen schaffen zu können, damit ihr wisst, dass ihr bei uns jederzeit richtig und gut aufgehoben seid, wenn es um irgendwelche nautischen Geschichten geht. Und deswegen auch ein vielfältiges Bühnenprogramm. Wir haben hier Revierthemen, wir haben hier technische Themen, wir stellen euch Yachten vor. Es geht um das Thema Yacht Invest und auch um innovative Geschichten. Und deswegen habe ich jetzt hier den Aaron Bunton bei mir von Appex Trade. Und es wird erstmal keinem was sagen. Und es geht um ein sehr interessantes und wirklich wichtiges Thema, wenn es um die Sicherheit an Bord geht. Wir werden dieses Gespräch auf Englisch führen. Aaron, we will talk in English, so that's your language. You said you can like 3 words in German, right?
Yeah, about 3. So we're
okay, so it's better if we talk in English.
I prefer English, yeah.
Okay, good. Aaron, I just said that I will talk with you regarding something which is important because it's about safety. So if I ask you Appex Trade and we are talking about FireX Marine, what is this about and what exactly you are doing?
Sure. So to sort of take a few steps backwards, so Appex is quite a new company. We founded last year. The idea was to try and find sort of new and innovative products specifically for the marine industry. Our investors all sort of come from this industry, so that's what we're on the lookout. And the first one we found was this FireX Marine, which is sort of a new modern type of fire extinguisher. It's a gel and has a lot of extra benefits over the sort of typical gas powder-based extinguishers you might find on most boats.
I mean, why? Because like you already said, there is already a solution on board. So why should I use... I mean, okay, to be honest, the first, I just said this and I said, oh, that's good. I mean, maybe I will just grab that one, the other one, but just explain, what are the benefits of this kind of,
it's a good thing. It's one of the nice parts of my job is that there's quite a few, right? So first of all, the product again is this new type of gel which extinguishes fires. It's been around for quite a while. It's a German company that made it. And it's used in a lot of sort of larger industrial and sort of professional settings. The German police force actually use it as well.
Really?
But they've not really pushed it into sort of smaller markets quite yet. Then we think for marine, for boats specifically, it's just there's a lot of sort of good synergy, right? Obviously, fire is dangerous to anybody if you're outside, in your house, in a car. But on a boat, if you're several miles from dock, from land, a small fire can be catastrophic, both in cost of lives and of actually cost of the boats. So
the biggest danger on board, huh? I mean, this is always the biggest danger on board is the fire.
That's it, and that's it. Because any typical environment where a fire is dangerous, you can get out of the car, you can run away, you can get out of your house. You do not have that on boat at sea. You've got a lot of confined areas. There's engines. You've got small toasters and fires and cigarettes and all these dangers. And then you have a typical fire extinguisher, which is very heavy and harder to use. And again, you see something as small as this. It's much easier and sort of more practical to actually get your hands on.
Can we open this, or can you just?
Sure. So
okay. So it's like okay, it's easy.
Yeah, just like a spray can. This is interesting. This is sort of the version 2 of this. So we've been going for a little while, and a lot of different charter companies, for instance, are using it already. But we have the sort of more professional. It's a patented nozzle.
Okay.
So again, you can use it with a single hand. You can use it wearing gloves. Much more easy to use. We come provided with a bracket for the wall. So again, someone's done something silly or something's happened in the engine room. You can run down, grab it, take off the cap, and you can spray 2 meters up to 5 meters away, and immediately you're sort of putting out that fire without any of the typical mess that you might get as well.
That's what I wanted to ask you. This is one of the things, because sometimes when we are talking about danger and fire and everything, and the industrial fire extinguishers, the people, they are always like, it's like the biggest mess that you can do. Sometimes using it is like worse than the fire, and they try to take the blankets and everything before using the normal stuff. So how is it with that one?
This is exactly right. So typical fire extinguishers, there's a lot of sort of negatives they have, compared to what we do with Fire-X, right? And one of the biggest ones is the actual the sort of the powder that's spraying out is both incredibly toxic. It will burn your skin, but it comes out in such huge amounts. And if you're having something like a fire like where we are right now, it's going to create far more mess. Again, with a boat, that means you've sort of got to go back into dock. You've got to refit. You've got to cancel journeys and voyages. It becomes very expensive. While our gel, you can literally clean up with a rag and some water. Very easy. So that small fire, someone's knocked over a candle, okay, 2 seconds, a quick spray, and you sort of continue on with your journey.
No, I mean, this is 100% I'm your client, honestly, because, I see the first time, just really, I see this the first time now. We were not talking so much about this. I just know you will be here. Yeah, because also Peter Yacht Charter, which is a member of the Nautic Alliance, is, they saw your product and they were like, okay, this could be really interesting, because I mean, the fact is also that you still have to have the other ones on board, right?
Yeah, exactly. So with regulations, EU and sort of outside of that, you're always going to need to have those fire extinguishers. You have to pay for the maintenance each year and so forth. And again, they're very large and very bulky. So again, do not get me wrong, if you wake up in the middle of the night and half of the boat's on fire, use absolutely everything you can. But most types of fires, again, specifically with sailing as well, it's something small, and you get to it quickly. You can extinguish that, put it out. Very little danger, very little mess. And that's really what we're seeing. A gap in the market, but it's more of a benefit for what this is actually really good for. Does that make some sense?
Yeah, I mean, it is something that you are solving in the end. You said it's about, I don't know, up to €60 or something like this. Is for one.
The typical price is €55 plus a small amount for the bracket. Again, we do lots of bulk discounts depending on who we're working with, and obviously for guys like yourselves. Then the idea is that, depending on the size of the boat, we're looking at sort of skiffs and dinghies where they might not have any fire extinguisher. Really beneficial. Something sort of 30, 40, 50 meters, you might have a dozen of these or smaller amounts. But the idea is, yes, if a fire happens, and if you can get to it quickly and easily, you're immediately solving that problem. You then don't have any issues with really harmful, toxic, these PFOs and PFAs, fluorine-based chemicals, which are used in most fire extinguishers. So toxic. They can never be destroyed. They're sort of these forever chemicals. They're getting into the water. So the environmental impact is another benefit of what we're doing as well.
Yeah, completely. So I'm
horrible stuff.
Completely with you.
It's actually non-toxic. I mean, you can eat it. We wouldn't suggest you do. But if it gets into someone's mouth and something happens, or again, there's a fire is happening, you don't have to worry about that and call the paramedics. It's just one less thing to worry about.
One last question. If I buy, for example, one of these, and do I have to buy next year a new one?
That's a great thing, yeah. So we have a 3-year life cycle. So once you buy it, leave it 3 years, absolutely good to go. It's got a great range of temperatures. So it's not going to get too hot or too cold. It's designed to be used outside. There's a lot of extra usage for it. But again, you don't have to pay for maintenance. And what we do for all of our clients is, hey, we're looking at 2.5 years. Hope everything's going well. Would you like to replenish your stock? We work with that one as well.
So I think with all these arguments and with all this information, I'm pretty sure that you believe that in the future, this kind of bottles will be in a lot of charter boats, right?
We'd like to, yeah. So we're seeing a big market. We've got some really sort of good early usage. But it boils down to sort of 3 main things of why it's beneficial, right? Like it's the effectiveness. It can be used for ABC categories, which is most typical fire extinguishers, wood, sort of gases and sort of propellants like a diesel, but also for metal fires, also for fat fires. It can actually also be used for lithium-ion fires. So, batteries either on electronic boats, suitable for those.
So you can use it for all of them?
You can use all of those, yeah. It gets a few things, like with electric fires up to 1,000 watts, and with lithium-ion, it actually stops the spread because it's impossible to sort of extinguish those, but it's suitable. It's then, easy to use, lightweight, super quick, super easy. And then the environmental impact is that last really big point as well for me.
For sure.
Yeah.
And this is something which gets more important also in the future. So in my opinion, especially for the charter market, this is very important. I mean, if you are the owner of the boat, don't get me wrong, but normally you have a different, you care in a different way, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you are a charterer and maybe you have a crew which was never on board on a boat, so I think the risk to start a fire is much bigger on a charter boat.
Absolutely, yeah. You got people are silly, they're on holiday, they're having a good time, having a few drinks, and a mistake. Now they're going to get hit with a big sort of insurance claim against them, or they've lost all their deposit.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing. But if you own a boat of hundreds of thousands or a lot more than that, you are very, very, very scared of fire. And this is something quick and easy which can completely stop that. And it's just a huge extra layer of security and peace of mind.
So I think all of the questions that I had, I have the answer now. And also for everyone who just watched this, if you have any questions regarding this product, please leave your comments down below. Or your contacts will be here, so we will find you.
Yeah, you can sort of get hold of me directly, Aaron, or sort of our sales team. We're always here to help. And thank you so much.
Thank you, my friend. Vielen herzlichen Dank, dass ihr zugeschaut habt. Alles war auf Englisch. Ich persönlich konnte es sehr gut verstehen. Wirklich, wenn ich es in ein paar Sätzen zusammenfassen müsste. Mich hat es überzeugt, ein Feuerlöscher in dieser Größe mit einem Gel, was wirklich viele Arten von Feuer löscht, ersetzt oder darf nicht zu 100% die gesetzlich vorgeschriebenen Feuerlöscher ersetzen, aber ganz ehrlich, wenn ich auf dem Boot wäre und es bricht irgendwo ein kleines Feuer aus, ich würde zu dieser Tube greifen, aufmachen und draufdrücken. Erstens mal, weil es einfacher ist und zweitens mal, weil ich es danach einfach wegwischen kann. Damit hat es mich eigentlich jetzt schon überzeugt und es hält 3 Jahre. Insofern bin ich froh, dass auch unsere Vercharterer wie beispielsweise Pitter Yacht Charter im Zuge, also als Member der Nautic Alliance dieses Produkt gesehen haben, es auch als sehr sinnvoll erachtet haben und sich jetzt gerade anschauen, inwiefern das wirklich in der Charter seinen Platz finden kann, weil es einfach Sinn macht und am Ende ein großer Problemlöser sein kann und große Schäden vermeiden kann. Thanks, Aaron, for your time.
Dankeschön.
Ja, Dankeschön. One of the 3 words. Thank you for watching.